Look at the ocean. It doesn't care who's watching. It just exists, expansive, unyielding, and free. But for many of us, freedom within feels like a distant dream. And the question that haunts us is simple: why can't I just be enough for myself? We live in a world where validation has become the currency of self worth. For the youth, especially, the need for external approval is suffocating. Social media amplifies this. Every like, comment, and share feels like a measure of our value. We begin to mold ourselves to fit expectations, to seek applause, to gain approval from a world that barely knows us. And when that validation doesn't come, or worse, when it comes for someone else, the results can be devastating. Anxiety, depression, and a deep sense of inadequacy creep in. We scroll through highlight reels of other people's lives and wonder, why am I not good enough? Philosopher Soren Kierkegaard called this the sickness unto death, a despair born of not being true to oneself. He wrote, the deepest form of despair is to choose to be someone else rather than oneself. In chasing the approval of others, we lose sight of who we are. When we rely on others for our sense of worth, we abandon ourselves. Think about it. Would you treat a close friend the way you treat yourself? Constantly doubting them, criticizing them, and comparing them to others? Yet, this is how many of us interact with our own minds. Psychologists call this negative self talk. It's a pattern of internal dialogue that reinforces feelings of inadequacy, and over time, this becomes a habit, a way of life. Jean Paul Sartre believed that much of human suffering arises from how we imagine others perceive us. We call this the gaze, the constant awareness of being judged. But here's the irony: while we fear judgment from others, the harshest critique is often the one in the mirror. So, what does it mean to be a friend to yourself? Let's look to Aristotle. In Nicomachean Ethics, he wrote, all friendly feelings for others are an extension of man's feelings for himself. In other words, the foundation of all relationship is the relationship you have with yourself. If you constantly berate and undervalue yourself, how can you offer genuine love and connection to others? True friendship with yourself is about embracing your flaws, celebrating your strengths, and standing by yourself even when the world turns away. It's about creating a safe space within, a space where you can rest, heal, and grow. But how do we get there? How do we rebuild a friendship with ourselves when years of self-neglect have created distance? Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. So you have to start small. When you catch yourself spiraling into self-criticism, pause. Ask yourself, would I say this to someone I love? Replace harsh words with understanding ones. Seek solitude, not loneliness. Friedrich Nietzsche saw solitude as a path to self-discovery. He said, the man who is not able to be alone with himself has never learned to love himself. Take time away from the noise. Turn off your phone, walk in nature, and reconnect with your thoughts. Solitude isn't about isolation. It's about creating space to meet yourself. Practice radical acceptance. Rumi, the Sufi poet, wrote, try not to resist the changes that come your way. Instead, let life live through you. Acceptance doesn't mean complacency. It means acknowledging who you are right now without judgment. Only from this place can growth begin. You have to stop measuring your worth. Your value isn't tied to achievements or external validation. You are inherently worthy simply because you exist. Think of the ocean. Does it need anyone's approval to be beautiful? Neither do you. Letting go of the need for validation isn't easy. It's a lonely path to be true to oneself. Kierkegaard warned that. You may feel the sting of rejection when you stop performing for the crowd. But what's the alternative? To live a life dictated by others? To spend your days chasing applause that will always feel hollow? Here's the truth. You are the only constant in your life. Others will come and go, circumstances will change, but you'll always have you. This is why building a true friendship with yourself is the most important relationship you will ever nurture. When you become your own friend, you stop seeking completion in others. You stop fearing judgment. You begin to live, not for applause, but for yourself. Let me leave you with this thought from Rumi. You wander from room to room, hunting for the diamond necklace that is already around your neck. You have been enough all along, so be kind to yourself. Walk beside yourself as you would a friend. And remember, just like the ocean, you are vast, unyielding, and free. Thanks for watching.